That's another thing. I want your opinion on this, right? You just described something that I've been talking about and thinking about like a lot, which is and you old enough to remember the time before this, which is like the way we consume music culturally is different. Because it used to be everybody knew what was hot because you had to go to MTV or BET or the radio to hear music. And but now, if I wanted to, I could never hear Jack Harlow,
Yeah,
right? Because I
facts.
because I only got Jid and Denzel Curry. Um, my favorite, I can't remember his name right now. He part of that crew. Kenny Mason, right? Like I can have only them. Like literally, my Spotify and like heavy rotation is shit from the '90s and the 2000s, and basically all the Dreamville niggas.
Yeah.
That's the only shit that's I listen to. And if I didn't have TikTok, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't know Jack Harlow I wouldn't know that song from him if I
You
didn't have
show, yeah,
kids,
that's a fact.
right? And so like on one level that's dope. I ain't got to hear no bullshit. On the other level, I think that changes the way like music culture work, and I don't know if it's a good thing overall because it feels like we more disconnected and like we should be. Like I miss being able like this type of conversation. You were having at the lunch table in high school. You know what I'm saying? You were having in your basement with your boys, but it's like I feel like I mean I'm sure they conversations still had on some level, but I don't know. And maybe it's because I'm old. I'm 41. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I just feel like the culture is so splintered now that a lot of the value of like music culture is gone. So but I don't know what do you see it?
Me personally, during this whole internet age, I don't have an issue with it, to be perfectly
Mm.
honest with you. But I do understand where you're coming from because that didn't exist back then. So there was no way, um, because it's easier to like become a rapper these days. Like you don't
Yeah,
even have to put out like no, you don't have to go around passing out your demo and all that shit.
yeah.
And I
You
and
ain't
I
gotta do
feel
no
like and I
show.
feel like and I feel like that's a good thing because what that does is we now have access to more music. I listen to so much shit, and on my channel I review like subscriber albums and stuff like that. And like I feel
It's
like
dope.
if it wasn't for this new day and age, I wouldn't be able to do that because they can't because you don't have to be backed by a label to put your album on Spotify. You can just do that shit. So like
Right.
the biggest problem I think with that whole aspect is the people because I had this conversation on my channel before about old heads and like somebody like Ari Spears who just don't that nigga be tripping like who just don't
He
who
be tripping
yeah
all the
yeah
time.
who
He
just
wrong on everything
right
all the time.
because my whole thing is like all right okay you love your era of where you didn't need the internet to basically, dictate your opinions on music and the hottest people was already on BET. And on top of that, it wasn't no bullshit bubblegum. You had Jay-Z, Nas, like that's who was on the forefront. And you basically wanted to go back to those days, which you
See,
can
even that's
which
some bullshit though. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Let me let you
yeah, I
finish.
feel like it's bullshit too because what that's telling me is that you really don't care about the genre like that if you think like that if you're not willing to actually go in and all right let me check out some of this new shit because there is something for everyone. Like lyrical niggas are not lyrical rappers or they didn't vanish, they're not gone.
Yeah,
It's a
they doing
whole
better than
lot.
ever. In fact.
That's what I'm saying. We have more access to all of these and some of those like I review subscriber albums, them dudes be going crazy. There's one
Mm.
dude named Eli the guy. He on some Kendrick Lamar type shit, going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like that's there. I feel like the people just gotta be willing to actually go in and try. And you don't even necessarily have to find it. YouTube. If you listen to majorly boom bap, that's what they're gonna recommend you. You know what I'm saying? It be a
Hmm.
lot of times where just like you said, I think you said it in your video with the with old boy, the white boy who was like a boom bap MC. Like it was recommended to you. Like, okay, who is
Oh
this?
yeah, yeah, Marlon
Like
Crab,
that's a
yeah.
good thing. Like,
He
you
just
know,
dropped a song with Method Man. I'm like, yo,
yes, sir.
this dude really in my head.
Right, and that's what, because the interview was DJ Vlad, and that's what Vlad was telling Ari Spears. He was like, you know, because his favorite rapper is Nas, and he's just like, if the algorithm, you know, sees that you like Nas, you will get recommended. It literally does. It literally does. You go to the next shit. Oh,
You get
what's
Mock
this?
Tommy, all these Zelda dudes, yeah.
Hell yeah. So like when people who are in their ways like that, I just feel like, bro, you really don't care about the shit like that, bro. You just,
Yeah.
you
A
know.
lot a lot of I'm gonna tell you as an old head, and this is just a warning to all whoever is gonna hear this that's in their 20s and early 30s now. You will get old and your peers gonna disappoint you with how they forget what it's like to be young. Because
Yeah.
I'm so shocked at how old my peers sound. Because I swore we wasn't gonna be like this, and we all said it. We all said, yeah, when we get older, we not gonna do this to the youth. And as soon as we got old, like I'm like, y'all niggas really doing this to the youth.
Exactly. Exactly, bro.
Y'all, y'all ain't skip a beat. As soon as niggas started
right.
wearing tight pants and shit, y'all started getting mad. Like if y'all
Uh-huh.
don't stop, like I had I had an uncomfortable moment where I forgot I wasn't on the internet at a gas station. Oh man, let me say it. So I'm at a gas station here in Atlanta on the south side in my old neighborhood, which is like it's not like the hood, but the hood's still there, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so it's a young dude, it's a young dude finishing up his transaction, and then a dude a little older than me probably in front of me, and then it's me. And the young dude dressed like Lil Uzi Vert or something. You know what I'm saying? He got like skinny jeans on with all the rips and like a colorful shirt on and some shit. You know, he looked like he hang with Young Thug. Now, mind you, I work in these streets. Them dudes dressed like Lil Uzi Vert with anime shirts be running up in people's houses,
Facts.
like doing the same hood shit that they did 20 years ago when they was in baggy pants and army fatigues or whatever. Right? So I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm just waiting to get my gas. When he leave out, the old head turned to me. It's like, man, why these little boys dressed like this? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, because that's just the fashion right now. That's just how it is, and that's what the girls like. He's like, man, the girls like me, and I don't dress like that. I'm like, you 50.
Right.
Like,
Right, boy. Are we gonna have to
and
call Chris Hansen on your ass? Like,
right. I'm like, like if they like you, it's because you got a little money, you a little older. It's always been
yep.
girls that like older dudes.
Facts.
She's like, I don't get it, man. I don't ever understand this shit lame, that shit gay or whatever. I'm like, all right, bro, I'm not about to start no shit.
Right.
Arguing with a nigga I don't know in the gas station. That's how stories end. And so
Right.
but I fucked up
no
though.
more.
I got smart at the mouth because I got my gas right. I walk outside. This nigga got a like a 2000 a new model Challenger on like 20s. He got a freaked out Challenger.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and I said, dude, look at your car. That's why the girls like you.
Exactly. Right.
And he kind of gave me a look. I was like, "Oh, nigga, you tripping? You went to college. You got way too many degrees to be slick talking niggas in the streets that you don't know. Go to your fucking car and go home."
That's funny because I literally do the
life.
same shit when I be out and they be like, "Man, what's going on?" I'll be saying shit. I'll just be like, "Yeah, you right, man.
Yeah.
These skinny jean niggas is out of control, bro."
But that's what it be, man. Old heads just don't. I don't know, man. I feel like when people get old and their dreams ain't hitting, then it's just natural to look at young people with a little more negativity or something. It's something along those lines.
That's an aspect of it, and it's crazy because it's not like they were doing the same thing to y'all when y'all were that age as well. It was a lot of people that I don't get this hip hop shit. This shit is stupid. Right. You know what I'm saying?
So many arguments with my uncles and teachers and shit when I was a young dude. And like, yeah, it shit is just, and it gets worse, but I don't want to get into all that. But it shit is just pressing. Like, I can't wait till this Freaknik documentary come out to put niggas on blast.
I'm on that. I'm all like, yo, yes, sir.
These niggas gonna be on blast when this Freaknik documentary hit. Not me, but other niggas, older niggas.
Oh, you wasn't fucking. You wasn't at the
Very
freak
scared.
dick.
I was too young for Freaknik. People make that joke, but like the last Freaknik, I was like 13.
Oh yeah.
You know
Oh
what I'm
right,
saying?
right. Because you said you 41. Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
early
So
90s.
Freaknik was like I'd have to be like 48 to really have like had any type of Freaknik
Yeah, for
time.
sure, for sure.
You know, and I saw it once or twice because my pops was living in Atlanta and he used to do like photography. So some of these pictures that we gonna see of people's mamas with their ass cheeks spread on Freaknik, my dad
And
fuck
if I'm
around and
not
took.
mistaken, they was like, and like they used to have sex and shit too. Like,
It
used to,
wasn't always sex. Sometimes it was grape.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah, I
saying?
heard that too, like sexual assault and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
it was a lot of bad shit. You know, it was dope. It was fun. Like I missed the vibe, but I also understand, you know, that whenever you get too many motherfuckers, black, white, or otherwise, and liquor in one spot,
and the point is like it's called Freaknik, so the point is to get freaky. You know what I'm
yeah, to
saying?
get
So it's just
freaky.
like I used to see like little clips of it and just be like,
Yeah,
man, they going nuts.
yeah the
And then those,
t-shirts.
and then those same old heads that be like, I don't understand these kids these days. When
Right.
y'all was
Why
fucking
Red?
that
She
freak
talking
meat.
about right. Y'all was fucking in cars with the door open.
You hear me? Right, bruh. Like, what you mean you
Like,
don't get why Sexy Red is popular? Because
right.
y'all freak neat. The fuck?
Like y'all was wearing shirts. Like we got like, you know, OnlyFans and Instagram models, but like that's on your phone where only you looking. Like you would walk around Freaknik, or even you wouldn't even be Freaknik. I would walk around Atlanta as a kid, as a teenager, and niggas would be wearing their Freaknik shirt, and it would be somebody a pussy wide open on the shirt,
Yeah,
bent
that's
over,
insanity.
like for everyone to see. You know what I'm saying? So it's like don't tell me that y'all was like in the house reading the Bible in 95
Exactly. Because I,
and don't understand why Pound Town is a hit and y'all grew up on Uncle Luke.
you hear me, bro. I'm so glad that you have that, that you have that, because I say that all the time
Yeah,
when people,
it's
because you know that's my whole thing is hip hop, and I made videos on Sexy Red, and I think you made videos on Candace Owens too, because that's what it's about. It's about her,
yeah,
and it's just like
yeah,
that's you know I just hate hearing that she's a part of the black community's problem. I just hate hearing that.